I can lie, those cicadas or cicadas are getting really annoying. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me. I will. Good night. Thank God. More reading. The students all in the class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. If only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer. Then we only suffer until lunch break, and our time is our own. Mutao rushes into a class in a tight segment. Sports students aren't the only people here that enjoy the late Friday nights. First thing a word, he scores some page and question numbers on the board. Some sound that's just completely atypical behavior for him. But it appears that no one else in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into positions and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do so. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the Russian peoples. That can be partly attributed to the empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune are present, probably doing council work for the festival. Very quiet without Misha present. I don't know if she was born as rowdy as she was, or if she was making up for Shune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak to you for a moment? Someone goes to I don't even know what to tell him. Sure, what's this about? Probably better we speak outside the classroom. Patel sends him the hole, scratching his head as he walks out what he's trying to say, not knowing what's going on with silently. So, tell me how are things? Things? I expect I'm going to be a little vague, but she's pushing the limits. You know, things. You had a week to settle in now, so how are things? Fine, I guess. I see, and how is your condition? To pause before condition seems a little unnecessary. Haven't had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Mutao's face. Good. That's good. That is good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't. That makes sense. I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get in normal school, you have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are and how to maximize your potential within them. Do you follow me? I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Tad touched his chin, raises his eyebrows, he observes his friendship. Is that so? Suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning. That's right. I don't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah, you got to keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right? Right. We want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Mutaro's serious talk is over and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scattered, brain push life. Well then, I think that's all I had to say. Let's get back to Sasha. Sure, you're the boss, right? Mutaro pauses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. Shut my mouth and get back into class. Few students jump at the sound of the door. Everybody does that, happily trying to pretend they are working on the questions on the board. Some don't even bother to have something to just because they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Mutaro does not even notice him. He runs to his desk and retrieve a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. Class returns to the near silence and Mutaro and I left it in before chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is waiting for a chance to rest or a chance to get their last minute preparations underway. Bum bum, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yay! The clock. Before you all leave, I expected the answers for those problems by Monday. Good work, mate! Class size is 1. Where's Hanako? Stay behind and try to quickly finish questions so I don't have time. By the way, over the rest of the weekend with the festival is all tomorrow. Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. Weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither she tries to strike up a conversation about that. or anything else either, so when a present silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence, probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. Turn my pages in my notebook, Hanako turns the pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. Sound of my irritated sigh, and steps going fumbling on for a sharp, and I feel like they're breaking the mood of the class. Ah! Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. For long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Her name is... It's all it takes to make Hanako jump from her desk and run to Lily. Wow, okay then. Where you going? They talk quietly for a moment, but it's long before Lily leaves down the hall, and Hanako idles back in the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako at the corner of my eye with sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple of moments, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, this is the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. Just like me! I go through books like that. No matter how many pages. Give me like a whole day, they'll probably... And like a 1,000-page book will probably be gone. But why would I leave Lily to her own devices? It seemed to be quite the ordinary going by Hanako's reaction. That's right, I think Lily mentioned something about going to town today before Rin bumped into us. Thought of that walk makes me look outside. The bright sun and occasional people wandering around and enjoying the afternoon makes me yearn to get out of school. Let me do something other than sit here. Giving in one of my vices, procrastination. I decided that history was a subject by studying on Sunday, or Monday, or any other day other than this one. I give a grunt as I level myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. Please don't. He doesn't trick me as a enjoying the nice weather outside of others kind of person. Well, I guess I'll catch up with him later. Change the task, I'll briefly entertain the idea of talking with Hanako, but by the time I look at her seat, it's vacant. She must have left for the library. There's gotta be something I can do to kill the time. Let's save. And of course, we're gonna do what everybody would. Library! The library seems as good as any place to go. Hanako looked up. She was taken pretty off guard by Lily leaving, so she might want someone to talk to. Slinging my bag over my shoulder, I make my way out of the classroom. Wow, it's that face though. I walk down the hallway to the library past a multitude of closed doors. To each one of the sound of furious rehearsed. We heard rock music blared out of one door almost as loud as a concert. This is one of the advantages of a private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the school are kept in pretty good condition that can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. Throughout the library, only partially insulate the noise at the festival permission is like the only sound to be heard. Not a soul stirs here, with everyone apparently enjoying the woods outside or working on festivals. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Saturday. I quietly walked through the library, now fairly familiar with its layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corners. Feeling the individual textures as I read with each as I glance across shadows. Who just feels a book? I used to do this all the time at the library. Don't think it's changed, guys. Like the smell of a library. No matter how much you take care of the paper and book, is always going to degrade it with time. Probably no matter which library you go to, anywhere in the world, it must have the same musty smell. Find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved, then look for Hanako in the reading area. Once again, she is sitting on a beanbag with her back to a bookshelf, reading the same book she'd had in the classroom. She's slowly making her way through the pages. Now, here's my question. If she doesn't notice us, how come she's looking straight at us? Because you can tell she is not looking at that book. 100% not looking at that book. Unlike last time I saw her here. Oh, yeah, look. She see. Oh, wait, I quietly take a seat in a beanbag. The noise is enough to catch her attention, but not startle her. Okay, now I can understand why she's looking at us. With the last picture, really. This delicate routine must be followed each and every time I try to talk to her. Almost feels like hunting game. Is that the same book as before? Yes, I'm almost finished. Cool. I wonder if I should. Do you mind if I borrow it when you're finished? Mouth is faster than my mind, it seems. I'm gonna end it here. We're finally getting through. Yes! Edgar, you're gonna miss it, bro.